Hello, welcome to this INJ2 Mobile video. I'm Clay. I play the game regularly as well as I'm a player of Injustice God Among Us, or at least I was. Now I more exclusively focus my time to NJ2, as I'm assuming most of the watchers of this video do. There's only so many time in a day, so definitely focus more of my time on NJ2. Thank you very much for watching this video. I typically don't post videos, but I felt a special pull to make this video due to a few reasons. Game has been out, NJ2 Mobile, since launch on May 11th for probably about 90 to 95 days. So this video goes out to new players that are downloading the app, as well as players that may have not been playing that long, as well as the seasoned players. I've been playing the game since launch, as I said before, and it's definitely a great game, great graphics, definitely improvement on Injustice GAU. So shout out and thanks to WB Games and Netherrealm for this new game that I enjoy playing daily. I don't play the console if that question comes up because I have a busy work life. I'm actually a seasoned gamer. I'll put it out there. I'm a full transparency guy. I'm 41 years old. I've been playing video games for most of my life. NES, Commodore, Atari before, games before that. I'm assuming that a lot of the watchers of this video will be a lot younger. So I definitely was playing Street Fighter 2 in the arcade game. When the original Mortal Kombat hit the scenes, was all over that every weekend, having my mom take me down and play that game. For like 4 hours a day. A lot of quarters on that, definitely. So now getting to NJ2, we're getting into my profile now. As I said, I'm Prometheus. Yes, some of you may know that is the Titan from Greek mythology that stole fire and knowledge from Zeus. It's what I've always chosen to be my moniker, since it's actually the nickname I was given as a kid. So definitely going to try and get some knowledge on this stream to help everyone out in the game. Played very hard. I have invested money in the game to get these stats, this energy, gems, etc. Not a hacked account. Definitely don't want to be trying to hack the account, because the devs on Netherrealm do watch for that and may ban your account. So I know a lot of you out there, because the game is highly competitive, difficult to play, difficult to rank in arena and such, may be looking for those shortcuts. But this video is more for those that don't have the money to spend on the game. Best advice is to, it will take you time to slowly build up a good team and be competitive on some level. But that's going to be hard because, like I said, there's been a lot of players that have been playing since, in some cases they got access to beta before May 11th. Players that were waiting for the moment, at least. Also, I should say, I play on Android, play a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. So, yeah, just been there. I am on the leaderboards right there, number 132. Fight very hard to get that position on the leaderboards, and some players may go through it. This is the first tip, by way of just gymming, spending a lot of money, buying a lot of gems, and replaying a few characters. I play more. I'm more of a long-term guy. Guy does not have like a huge bank of money, perhaps like the champion of the game. Shout out to LQ Personas, now LQ Hellbat. So I think the other way that you can play is ideally hope to build like a deep roster, and then definitely a few set of teams, a few good characters, and basically try and at least participate in every cycle. There's 2 cycles per day, basically. At least play in, try and over the week build your way up into like at least try an elite 4. That's where I was hitting where I started out. That helped me actually luckily coincide with the Mythic Wonder Woman event to win her, to get her to 5 stars. I didn't even realize how lucky I was gonna be in getting her to 5 stars. And before that season ended, just managed to do that before that very last weekend with some extra gems, actually get her to 5 stars. So you definitely, if you're looking to be heavily or notably at least competitive, need those eventually those 4 star, 5 star golds. Uh, Thankfully, Netherrealm, I gotta criticize Netherrealm a bit. The Since I was playing since the very beginning, the drop rates were horrible for silver chests, premium hero chests. I actually more bought exclusively premium hero chests, thanks to How to Computing HTC. He did this great video back in the day with the test account for 100 premium hero chest opening. And, at least the drop rates percentage seemed to go for better for premium hero chest, and at least if you're looking for a specific character, it guaranteed you at least a shot at that character. But even still, like at times I bought 15, 20 premium hero chests in a row, no goal, and basically earn those gems from farming operations, the 25-minute operations, like daily. As I said, I work for a living, have a big, busy life. I have a digital media background, so that helps me in just putting this video quickly off the fly. It's like the numbers that you can spend on this game, like $20, $44.99, $99.99. There's huge numbers, well above what you might invest or one time, $80 for a console game. So I was mainly farming those operations at the beginning, and then saw that was really enjoying it and decided that I want to investigate. I see the devs have put a lot of time in the game. Definitely is a serious upgrade over again and the original Injustice, which I was also playing since it launched back in 2013. I competed there, managed to place once, won a couple times for a couple seasons, even though, right at the beginning, because that game was heavily hacked. A lot of hackers that, unfairly boosted people down where you can just, if you were playing legitimately, could manage to, at the end of it, be #1 or even top, 50 even, for the amount of hacking that was going on. At least thankfully that seems to be ferreted out in INJ2. So so that is an improvement where at least if you're spending money on the game or you're spending your time playing the game, that you can compete fairly. You don't want to be basically, because you don't know how to hack. Even if you did know how to hack, why would you? It's to basically, I know there's that urge, because the characters are awesome. You want to play them, as well as it takes a lot of time and effort to unlock them. But you are playing against other players that whether because they just want to play, they have a good, sense of morale and credibility, they want to play fairly from the start. Uh, that they have put, supposedly at least, Netherrealm, they are working to try and like break that up a bit for like the new players that have a fair chance to rank high. I haven't seen that yet. This video isn't being made as of the 1.5 update, and that may basically be coming out or improved in the 1.6 update, but I can't say that for sure. You see me here showing my credit resource missions. Basically, it's a Sunday. I just did those for the day, and I have maxed out all my resource missions. When you can build your team up to do that, I definitely recommend that as try and get there as soon as you can. Play conservatively. Don't try and overshoot it because the energy is rare, and if you go for those higher missions, you might lose a round. But you also have to game basically, and try and go for that. So it's a good challenge every now and then to test your team to see if you can, if you want to, if you can beat those higher tier resource missions, to unlock those as soon as possible so you can get those XP capsules and promote your team to higher rank on a weekly basis. I do want to comment on something else that has been going on in the Injustice 2 gaming community regarding NetherRealm's decision to give Hollywood Shono Bobby Shornock a 4-star Arkham Knight Batman for free. I frankly outright, disagree with that decision. I had to write them about it, basically. The reason why I disagree with that is not because of Hollywood Shono. He's awesome. Again, I want to say that he's awesome. He's definitely great YouTuber, made a lot of videos, done a lot of efforts to promote the game. But it's disrespectful to other INJ2 players that have put in a lot of time, a lot of money, maybe even spent more money than Hollywood Shono, which is saying something, and are not, and still to date have not earned an Arkham Knight Batman by chance. I think basically for Hollywood Shono's efforts that, if NetherRealm wanted to reward him for his birthday or otherwise for the time that he's put in, which is huge, they should actually offer, I don't know if he's interested, but if he would be, I think they should offer him like a social media position or a job with NetherRealm and for the mobile gaming community, because he has done a lot. Give him that, maybe even $200 Visa gift card that he can use to buy gems and credits, and try and go what the rest of us go through to try and buy those chests and see if he can get a Arkham Knight Batman by chance. There's plenty of other great YouTubers that put up videos on the weekly. HTC, How to Computing, also Alfiki, Hollywood. HTC recently, like a few weeks ago, he managed to win an Arkham Knight Batman by chance, but I have definitely not, and I definitely bought invested in the game and bought probably at least 150 chests between hero chest and premium hero chest conservatively, and have yet to win an Arkham Knight Batman. So I just disagree with that decision for those reasons, respectfully. Besides, have nothing against Hollywood Shono otherwise. I'm a subscriber of his. He's given me a lot of good knowledge from his videos too. So I just want to make the differentiation between that and why I think a lot of the gaming community for Injustice 2 is rightfully upset with NetherRealm. That's my opinion. Take it for what, or my vote on that. Take it for what you will. Now we're going to get forward and get into the fun aspects of the game. Fortunately, the downside with mobile versus console, I would say, is like because I watch like occasionally like the Injustice 2 Pro series. On a console game, pretty much you walk in and your character has, they may not have a great skin or something like that, or they may have a standard skin versus like a souped up skin for someone who's been playing for a couple months, but you have a chance to beat them one on one, when you walk down and sit in front of that console. With a mobile game, it's about time put in, Basically, it would be hard pressed, and then also money put in, basically. So, you would be hard pressed to beat someone like LQ Persona, Hollywood Shono, for example, because basically they've been playing the game for a long time, and if you come in new, they've also been putting like a lot of money in the game for a long time too, similar to myself. All right, now I got my off my chest and getting into the good stuff, loading up NJ2 here. So right now I'm in arena mode. I have a few good teams which I'm going to go into in a bit. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you my roster that I have to date. That between heavily farming operations on a daily basis for about 90 days, basically 3 months, and as well as investing, paying, buying, some vaults and such like that I managed to build up. You can't do it off just like buying vaults, buying gems alone, but that definitely does help. That will take you very far. I say that it's a kind of a great but equally unfortunate. I mean, if you spend like $800 or something like that, or 2 grand, even if you have the ability to go that far, you probably can like unlock everything in the game and be like number top 50, top 25, a should be in just about like a couple weeks, basically, if you're just like brand new, is like can happen that quickly. Otherwise you got to put in time too in playing, which is good because that's what gaming is about, competing and playing. So strategy in this, if you were new and maybe wanted to spend a little bit of money in the game, probably I'd say, well, at that, between time and at least $50, I would say go straight into those special offers for characters. Get a good character like Sub-Zero. I think they've also offered Captain Cold recently too. I have Captain Cold also, but I'm mixed on whether which one is superior. Probably Sub-Zero is superior, especially with that special 3. This is probably my best team that I've been focusing on now. Mythic Wonder Woman, only character so far I managed to get to level 60. Have some other ones getting close to that, and then Emerald Green Lantern and Silver Dr. Fate. That's like an awesome team, as far as basically what I call blitzkrieg maneuver, basically, where between I have, of course, Mythic Wonder Woman, her chop slide also leveled up to 60. It takes low bar of energy to get it. You have Dr. Fate basically fueling her, so you can get as many opportunities to get that. And then when she gets that character out, she gets that percentage of their threat, which is just awesome too. Because then on the opponent's side, they have less characters. You have part of their threat, attack, and just like building it in. You just like wipe a team out pretty much within 30 seconds. So that's definitely helped me out. Like occasionally, when the beginning of the arena sets for of course, all the players come in for that new arena season, and definitely since LQ Hellbat there is the champion of the game. Basically, that's their one opportunity to briefly be at number one. Try and beat out LQ Hellbat evenly for that spot, because regardless of how good LQ Hellbat's team is, that basically there's only a certain amount of time that they have to play their best characters versus you playing yours. And at least for that brief period of time, I have actually been above LQ Hellbat. I think they were like, I was at number 2 and they were at number 4, so that was cool. So that's the best I've been able to pull off in being the champion of the game, which I'm highly competitive, so I definitely like to always seek to be the best if I can pull it off. Loading here. Now I'm gonna switch it up a bit. You notice there I switched up my team because I was looking for that high threat team, at least above me. Sometimes it's like late, it's pretty hard to find them. So I used my refresh, that didn't work. So basically I just, swapped out a character as like kind of like a soft refresh to eventually find the right team that, and then after a while I try some of the other, players, guys that I look up to, like How to Computing, Elfiki, Hollywood Shono. They'll spend like quite a time looking for that high threat team, but with limited time. Then this is video. This is what this video is. Here, the people that basically that want to be good, want to be competitive, but you just have like so little time to play the game, and then when you are playing the game you want to be effective. So typically if you're struggling to find a high threat team, and of course you don't want to take on a high threat team that you might have a good chance of losing against. So sometimes, like, basically, if I can find at least 105k threat team, 110, 150, I have beaten a 250k threat team. I try and go for those numbers and just go more for the frequency and make sure that I'm playing a larger amount of my roster versus spending like an inordinate time looking for high threat teams that I might lose against. I have taken on like I think it's crazy 666. I had to test myself to see how far if I could pull it off, and I got reamed hard, man. But at least I got some moves in. But yeah, I was like, I need to build myself up more before I take on that. Good setup. Mythic Wonder Woman, Emerald Green Lantern, Horrific Scarecrow against Primal Swamp Thing. They have Mythic Wonder Woman 2. Mine is probably better, at least I hope it is. And Blade Master Rock. All great characters to have, all great characters to be going for in the game for various reasons. Emerald Green Lantern, he's a good damage per second, DPS, and tank combo. I mean, he is huge. Good right there. When he gets armored up there for that period of time, that that definitely helps, even when he's the last character. I believe this battle I'm gonna lose because I didn't play it right, but at least that was kind of close. typically I do lose battles, so I definitely want to show that too. I don't want to just put myself as that guy that just is always winning. Times I have like, because I'm not paying attention or call comes in, someone distracts me, I have or just because, occasionally like the game the way it works, they just opposing team just slips that one in. It's like those I would definitely he's a character to get regardless because his special too. He can survive ultimates, the special moves of the character when he puts that on, when he's leveled up, just because it's so protected. Ooh, wait a minute. Gonna make sure. Surge. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. They have a Dr. Fate too, so their team should be getting specials more often also, you'll notice. So, yeah, this should be at least somewhat evenly matched, but I should win this one out.
Green Lantern's back.
Yep, she's gone. Of course, you have to expect Predator Batman to get that crit. Ooh, and you notice I mistimed that chop slide, so that's what I'm talking about, like those little like mistakes or miscues I make sometimes that are frustrating. But I should recover for that. She's gone. She hopped out. Okay, again he's gone. Dr. Fate left over. Silver gone. I'm gonna switch up my team a bit. So yeah, I just want to, because I'm not sure if I touched on it enough, is that, seasoned players, because I still see these questions come up, like when I'm participating, like the live chats or watching the videos from How to Computing, Hollywood Shono, Alfiki. Definitely all three great to watch and to subscribe to. Got to shout them out again. But I still see those questions. It's like, when you can, always be doing those 25-minute operations. Always be doing that on a daily for that. After you upgrade them, operations to 20, which is the max, so you can get that high chance of getting gems for the frequency. And then to be hitting on that all the time, of course, and then when you're ready to basically go to sleep or, or need some, and you have to work or whatever, then that's when you want to put in for those like longer 5-hour operations or 10 hours to coast it. Now we got character I have an interest in and have been pursuing but have not gotten, even though I've opened a lot of chests, Arkham Knight Batman, but I am going to have ice cloned him, so now I do have him, and you see he does have that that triple shot long range combo similar to Dr. Fate, where if you double swipe back and then tap, tap, tap. Yeah, right there, you see it. You can throw them out. And I'm actually getting this is why Sub-Zero is good, because you see me getting that long longevity out of an ice clone, and while Sub-Zero is just out taking no damage. And then I'm also going to tank out basically Arkham Knight Batman's ultimate off the ice clone, and just put another one right in. That's beautiful. That's what you always want to be doing with Sub-Zero if you can. Done. Beat Arkham Knight Batman, which I should have already gotten with Arkham Knight Batman.
This isn't what we signed up for. I let myself believe we were making things better. But we're not.
It can get exhausting. Alright, so let's put together... I actually, I know some of the community, they don't like Damian Wayne for like being basically the traitor, but the Blade Master Robin is a pretty sick character. I admit that. Yeah. I wonder if they'll put also eventually like the Nightwing older version of him, like the same that was in Injustice GAU, but I don't know. Doesn't quite seem they're going that direction, at least at this particular time. Maybe 6 months, a year, I could see that happening. There's definitely is another tip. Wherever you are in the game, you should be farming for credits and SIM cards, definitely for gear. Be using that energy to farm campaign missions. That way you have the credits to upgrade the ability of your characters. And if you can win the battle for 3 stars, which is ideal, always be trying to do that, so then you can just sim it if it's like one of those battles, which happens to me. This is definitely one of those battles for me where sometimes I'll beat it 3 times in a row, but then occasionally I lose it once, maybe even twice, and I just wasted like 18 energy on like the unfortunate losses, where I just wish then I just simmed it since I have it on 3 stars. But that's kind of a delicate balance too, because it's a tip. What you lose out on when you sim those battles is the experience that can boost up, your account level experience, which is important too. So then you can move up from wherever you are, account level 30, 40. If you're a, newbie, just starting out, account level 1, I think that's what they start you out. Yeah, it's been a while since I don't even remember. Very rarely do I make it back up to, would make it back up to 110 or 118 it is now, because there's always something that I'm doing. I'm either doing those resource missions. That's a worth it spending of gems to reset your resource missions, to max out on those XP capsules that you get, and you can load your characters, boost them up in energy that way. And if you also want to use your energy to, there's a specific character of interest for like heroic to get the shards for, that you can use it for that. You can now, since they've improved the turnaround also for challenge characters, which is like a lot more difficult too before the 1.5 update. If you're really interested in going for a character that's being offered in challenges, you can spend your energy on that, but then you lose the opportunity, depending on how much you want to like spend in gems to get energy back, to upgrade the character, to have credits for the character after the fact. So you unlock this character, but then you don't have credits to, unless you want to, again, spend money. You don't have credits to upgrade their passes or their abilities and such. And as well as, so sometimes what I'll do is like, it's the same thing used to do with Injustice GAU. Is, if you get a new great character, besides beefing them up and experiencing the operations, you can basically put a carry, like a main character that can beat campaign mode, and then throw in like your lower characters to also get them up quickly. Because you're not using them for the battle; they're just in the background, sitting there in the rear view, in the back seat, coasting it out, basically, while that primary character wins the match, but they get the experience also. I'm going to reset my operations here. It's been about another 25 minutes. And hopefully this video should end soon overall. So if you're still watching, which is much appreciated, and found interest in stuff I'm talking about here, that you can go back to playing. It's like I'm also on Twitter, Discord, and I'm sure there's guys talking about a lot of good stuff. But after a while, it's like I can't even find time to listen to stuff I want to participate in because I'm trying to spend some time on playing, which actually, let's see, what is it? I think it's about an hour and 19 minutes until the arena cycle refreshes. And I am not even, because I'm taking time to make this video, I've not even played through all the primary characters I should in my roster so that I can get the benefit of that. But I am, I think last I checked, this let me see here. This is not going to be on screen for you because I'm doing this video a little bit differently. It's not a live video. I'm ranked number 144 right now. Season will end in 1 day and 17 hours. So I just made the decision for this particular arena season week that that I'm gonna be fine to coast it between, and what do they call this year? Untouchable. I am untouchable currently at number 144, and I will definitely, definitely win for untouchable the weekly season rewards of 600 gems and 500 battle arena points that I'm going to continue to use to try and get my horrific Scarecrow and Predator Batman up to 4 stars to the next level. I have both characters that I won through arena season. Actually, no, I should correct that. That was one of the best pulls I ever made from a chest. I actually got Horrific Scarecrow from a premium hero chest. Uh, Maybe even regular hero chest. I'm pretty sure it was premium hero chest. Like I said, I've been buying both, so with gems. But I pulled him from a chest, and so then that allowed me to get Predator Batman from using the arena medals. So, but now I'm like, because they aren't my primary characters currently, though I definitely want to get into focusing on them. I'm just spreading it between both to get them to 4 stars and so on, while I work on some other characters that that I just lucked out with timing and such that are good also, and I'm trying to focus on maxing them out first.
Man's aggression cannot be tempered, only quelled. We are here to save mankind.